get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
In order to accommodate the entire dynamic range of this experiment, the sound mix was adjusted to reserve the necessary headroom. You may find the average level of the video lower than usual as a result of this. For the full experience, adjust your level so the speech sounds comfortable. The sound mix is available for Patreons as an uncompressed download on the producer level tier and above.
This is a stage thing.
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah.
It's one of the best sessions with Frank Sinatra ever. And the best musicians, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
now this man here,
how does this work?
Is going to take me by the hand, and he's going to lead me down the right path to righteousness and all that other mother jazz.
Wow.
In the right tempo. Fly me to the moon. Let me swing among those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with...
Wow.
How was that?
It was like being on stage with him. It's incredible.
It's crazy, this staginess,
Soundstage,
right?
yeah.
What the hell?
They're a long way from each other, but they fill up the entire room.
Yeah. Consider helping me carrying the rucksack of honest reviews by supporting me on Patreon.
Please to help me with my rucksack.
I prioritize giving advice and helping Patrons and subscribers only.
Oh yeah, sure, why not?
And Sugar Daddy patrons get access to exclusive private content like full listening sessions with all gloves off.
The speakers was made available to us by Hi-Fi Klubben. Thank you guys.
God,
All the stuff you've been listening to for years, you want to hear again in a new way.
62, my friend. Ella and Count Basie.
I fell in love with you first time I looked into them, their eyes. You got a certain little cute way of flirting with them, their eyes. They make me feel happy, they make me blue. No stalling, I'm falling, going in a big way for sweet little you. My heart is jumping, sure started something with them, their eyes. You'd better watch them if you're...
I never heard this recording feeling that she's almost too isolated.
I mean, they mix the vocals so loud. It's like No Mercy pop vocals you'd mix today.
Wow.
And she's in your face and smooth.
62, everything super smooth.
Oh, but how did they do it? How did they do it?
It's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Okay, this one can be a little tough, a little hard, a little not thin sounding. It can be very wide actually.
Yeah.
Almost out of phase like weird.
Where does myth end and reality begin? Between rock and roll or the hard lessons of the blues. People try to warn him, don't go across those tracks. He said blues was over that.
Again, no such thing. We're talking about smoothness all the way to the bank here.
Yeah, that was quite a bright mix, but
Yeah.
it sounded bright, but not harsh.
It has a wonderful bite, but it's smooth, right?
Yeah.
The voices are always rendered extremely smoothly. This is an 80s
this
thing.
gonna be...
Yeah. It's like hearing it for the first time.
I get so lost sometimes, baby.
getting this sense of depth, depth and layers and layers and layers in the sound image. And if it was only that, it's also a perfect harmonic presentation in terms of frequency balance.
Yeah.
No weird lumps, bumps, anything. It's just so natural, clear, open, and smooth.
Yeah.
It's never harsh.
No. With so much clarity.
Yeah.
There's so much definition.
Without harshness.
Yeah.
And definition, exactly.
Yeah.
And also it has the power to be so natural sounding.
Yeah. Whatever you want, it comes.
Yeah, and it's even like the modern recordings hasn't been nasty in any way.
No.
Maybe lacking a little bit of that raw punch you get from a closed speaker. Oh, listen to that sax. It's just standing right there. And you have this height to the image as well. And I mean, this room is definitely not a perfect room. It's open there. We have a glass wall back there.
I think these are the speakers that will make any room sound good.
You think so?
I get that impression.
Yeah. I think it's really important how much space they have to the back wall.
Yeah.
That they don't get too close to the wall.
Yep.
And this is probably not even perfect, but the room is not that wide, right? That they're so far out there.
No.
But imagine a fireplace there.
Yeah.
And you just call in sick every day.
Yeah, I think I found the problems with these speakers.
Yeah.
They're addictive.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Once you've heard them, you want more.
This is great. This is a recent favorite I've stumbled upon. Joni Mitchell from the Travelogue album called Slouching Towards Bethlehem. Amazing orchestra and voice. Those horns. Amazing music. It's a concert hall right now.
Turning and turning within the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Then the blood-dim tide is loosed upon the world. Nothing is sacred. The ceremony sinks. Innocence is drowned in anarchy. The best, like conviction, given some time to think. And the worst are full of passion without mercy. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely it's the second coming and the wrath has finally taken form. What is this rough beast?
This is one of those moments where you just get totally emotional. I mean, I'm getting a lump in my throat, and I have water in the tear canal. Just being so moved about the sound itself. It's really, really rare that that happens, but. This is just one mind-blowingly good experience, Tim, and you got to sit here. I got to share it with you, man.
Yeah. I'd love to.
Here's your volume, my friend.
Thank you.
It's the moment where you see your bank account shrink with $1 million.
Have to sell the car
It
and your car.
Doesn't matter.
Turning and turning within the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold, and the blood-dimmed tide is loosed upon the world. Nothing is sacred. The ceremony sinks. Innocence is drowned in anarchy. The best lack conviction. Given some time to think. And the worst are for
I mean, just feeling so involved in it. It's being involved in it all over again. You're not viewing it as a spectator. You're in it. It's yeah, these are things that are addictive.
They are.
You think if we spliced and we could
Yeah.
afford a pair,
Yeah,
you can have it one week
we
and
leave
the
our
next week.
wives and we buy a little house where we can just fit in that system.
I think we
right?
have to sell your kidney. And then,
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Now, but you know, it's $1 million. People, $1 million Danish kroners, right?
Yeah.
140,000 euros.
Yeah.
I mean, people spend that on a boat or a summer house or
Yeah.
or vacations over a couple of years or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, right? They do.
I guess so.
So if you really love music and you want the experience like this in your home,
Yeah, it's a matter of prioritizing something. I must admit, once you've heard it, then
my
you really...
brain is already working overtime here
yeah,
to find a solution.
to find out how can I afford these?
Yeah.
Just need a little bit of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I often watch you, the way you hold yourself. You're so beautiful.
High bass drum.
Enviously.
And then we got to hear this one. My favourite references.
Jesus killed the blind man so that he could see the evils of the world. A chance blind, but dark thought overcome by the light. Maybe Jesus was that man, and Mary made a virgin just to save face. I too am so ashamed on my bended knees, praying to my pretty white tears. They say you're the way, the light is so blinding. Am I not to question? Your fathers condemned me, your words are used to enslave me. Hear my prayer, my sweet Jesus.
Okay, that's interesting because I know that track very well. Used it for years as a reference track. They all started to lose connection to the bass information, and the upper trebles and trebles took over.
Yeah.
So much different. There's a lot of percussion in this and a lot of treble information, but the bass started to slip away a little bit of importance.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of bass on this track, so that was interesting. A little bit not as involving as the other ones,
No.
the other tracks. A little bit sterile.
I can get that sense as well when listening to something very modern, EDM or something like
Yep.
that. We're going to war, my friend. They're coming. They're coming. That was great, but it was sounding like the system actually throw in some limiting in the low end.
Okay.
To my ears, those cannons have a very deep low end punch.
Yeah, it's a sharper crack here than normal.
Yeah,
yeah.
A nice crack in the sound, but you didn't get that craziness. Remember at Sebastian's?
Yeah, when you kick it in, getting kicked in the belly.
Yeah. Yes. Because there's so much low end.
Yep.
It sounds like the system actually restricts it a bit.
Yep.
In the low end. Surprise. And that's a 103 maybe dB peak here in the listening position. So that's the ultimate maybe boundary for the headroom available in such open speaker. It needs a lot of power to be able to do these things.
Yeah.
But it's not like it lacks low end. Do you think so?
No.
And we haven't added anything. We're listening to the Room Perfect Result, which has a little tilt in the curve, but that's it, in the target curve, and then nothing. No special treatments. We're only listening to the neutral one here. So
we're starting to find its limits now, which is good.
Yeah, which is
Everything's
good.
got its limits, and nothing's perfect.
No, not at all. It's always a compromise with the speaker, but it's what compromise? I mean, if you like experiences, check out the experiences playlist. Boom. Yes, sir. For more speaker reviews, check the speakers reviews playlist. Schmuck. And the awesome Dream Speaker reviews. Blam. And may I also suggest that you check out the Hi-Fi News and Quick Reviews episodes that contains all kinds of advice, ideas, including music suggestions, rants and interviews, and hi-fi business news, also collected in a playlist here. Slam.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the AV therapist himself. Reviews.
Sæt dig, Ubo. Sæt dig! Sit!